Take a moment to settle into a position that feels comfortable. Allow yourself to be completely supported by what is beneath you. Feel the surface gently receiving the weight of your body, holding you without asking for anything in return. Allow your hands to become soft, your shoulders to release, your jaw to loosen. Allow the muscles of your face to soften. And when you are ready, gently close your eyes. There is nowhere you need to be, and nothing that needs to be accomplished. Nothing needs to be carried or understood. And for these next few moments, simply allow yourself to be. Take a slow, deep breath in, and then exhale gently. Again, breathing in, and as you exhale, release yourself from the pace of the outside world. Breathing in and softly breathing out at your own natural rhythm. With each breath, allow yourself to become a little more present, a little quieter, a little more at home within yourself. And as you settle, simply acknowledge the world beyond you. There is so much happening, so much uncertainty, so much information, so many voices, so many things asking for our attention. The world can feel very loud, and sometimes the hardest part is not the uncertainty itself, but the noise surrounding it. The constant stream of information, the opinions, the urgency, the predictions, the fear, the endless questions about what may happen next. So much can enter our awareness, and we can lose touch with the quiet voice within us. We begin listening outward and forget to listen inward. But you do not need to absorb everything you encounter. You do not have to give your energy to every voice, and you don't need to carry every story. For the next few moments, allow yourself to step out of the noise, not by denying what's happening, but becoming discerning about what you allow in your inner world. Let the noise become softer, and allow your presence to become clearer. Remember always that the nervous system listens, the heart feels, the mind anticipates, and sometimes, without realizing it, we begin carrying what was never ours to hold. Perhaps you've noticed this: a subtle tightening, a restless mind, a heaviness in the chest, a sense of unease, a fear that arrives before you've had the time to name it. If you notice something here, there is nothing to fix, nothing to resist, nothing to push away. Just simply meet yourself with kindness and quietly acknowledge, this is simply what I'm feeling right now. Then gently remind yourself, I can feel fear without becoming afraid. I can witness what is happening without absorbing all of it. And now, allow your imagination to take you somewhere quiet. Imagine yourself at the beginning of a beautiful winding path. The evening air is soft around you. The landscape stretches beyond what you can see. And much of this path ahead rests gently in shadow. In your hands, you are holding a small lantern, warm, luminous. Its glow rests softly against your hands, casting a golden circle of light around you. This lantern does not need to illuminate the entire landscape. It does not need to reveal every turn in the path. It simply offers enough light for the step directly in front of you. And perhaps that is all you need to know right now. Not what happens next month, not what happens next year, not how every uncertainty will unfold. Only this breath, this moment, this step. And notice something else. The lantern helps you see what is actually in front of you. It allows you to move beyond the noise of what may be and return to what is. This is discernment, knowing what deserves your attention and what we can be allowed to pass. Knowing what belongs to you and what doesn't. Knowing when to listen and when to become quiet. You don't need to shut the world out, but you simply don't need to let the entire world in. Notice the darkness surrounding the lantern. It is still there, it remains, and yet the light remains. The lantern does not struggle with the darkness. It doesn't try to defeat it. It simply shines, quietly, steadily. Your heart is like the lantern. There may be uncertainty around you, but you don't have to become this uncertainty. There may be fear around you, but you don't have to make it your home. And there certainly may be noise around you, but you can return to your own inner knowing. There may be things you cannot control, and still, there are things you can choose. The quality of your presence, the kindness you offer, the love you allow, the information that you give your own attention to, the boundaries you create around your energy, This is the way in which you meet this moment. Now, bring your awareness towards the center of your chest, the quiet sanctuary of your heart. There is no need to force it open. Simply arrive here. Imagine the lantern resting within your heart. Its warm golden light gently illuminating the space within you. Perhaps you can almost feel its warmth. Perhaps you can imagine it spreading softly through your chest, through your shoulders, and down through your body, creating a sense of spaciousness. With each breath, move a little closer to that light, breathing in, receiving, breathing out, releasing. And here, in the quiet of your own heart, remember something important. Hope does not require certainty. Hope doesn't ask you to pretend that everything is wonderful. Nor does it ask you to deny what is painful. It does not ask you to look away. Hope can sit beside grief, beside uncertainty, beside fear. Hope is simply the part of you that remains willing to believe that there is something worth moving towards. There is still breath. There is still love. There is still beauty and kindness and tenderness. And there is still the possibility of something new. Allow yourself to receive this, not as a promise about the future, but as a quiet truth about this moment. You are here, breathing, feeling, witnessing, living. And perhaps, for this moment, that is simply enough. If it feels comfortable, place one hand gently over your heart. Feel the warmth of your own hand, the subtle movement beneath your palm, and silently say, I remain open without becoming overwhelmed. I remain compassionate without carrying what is not mine. I remain discerning in a world that asks for my attention. I remember what is within my own circle of influence. May I allow for hope to remain. There is no need to force yourself to feel hopeful. Just simply make room for it. Let it arrive in its own way, its own time. Because sometimes hope is not the feeling of certainty. Sometimes it's a simple breath, a moment of beauty. A hand reaching for another, a kind word, a quiet act of courage. the simple decision to keep going, a willingness to love again. Hope does not always announce itself. Sometimes it's the part of us that refuses to close completely. And perhaps that is what we are being invited to protect now, our capacity to remain human and tender without becoming fragile, to remain discerning without becoming hardened, to remain connected without becoming consumed. You don't have to carry the suffering of the entire world to care about the world. You don't have to absorb every story to remain compassionate. You don't have to live in tomorrow to meet today. You are allowed to feel joy even when the world is imperfect. These moments do not mean that you care less. They remind you that life is still here. So take another slow, deep breath in and imagine releasing the weight of everything you cannot control. The noise, the urgency, the imagined future, the endless questions. Let them all soften around you. Let them drift beyond the edges of this moment. And now, return to your lantern, that quiet light within your heart, and notice it is still there. Perhaps a little warmer, a little brighter, a bit more familiar. You don't need to illuminate the entire world, and there is no need to know the entire path. You only need enough light for the next step. When the world feels too loud, return to your lantern.